Good morning. Welcome to another Horizon Forbidden West stream. You're doing well. It is chilly here. It's nice. Gives me an excuse to actually wear a hoodie. When it's freaking cold is the only time I can wear them. But on that note, let's jump into the game and dive into some more snow, as it were. Right. Would argue. Thank you. I appreciate that. Always amazing. All right. Get a lot farther. Okay. Actually, quests. Simply your companions return to the base. Okay, we are caught up.
Before I forget, I watered those plants for you. I just know they know.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. But is there anything I should handle before that?
AKA in the game.
Alright, people. I need you up in the control room, right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest.
No, so they just moved in. They built
I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top.
Of course.
But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to. All right. We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood?
Reluctantly comply, but silently cussing under his breath.
You two? A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it. You with me? After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Sylens is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
She's cagey, not stupid.
We need to get Sylens' weapon to the Zenith base intact.
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
Yeah, little bugger's got some personality, that's all. He's saved my butt a couple of times now. It wouldn't feel right to leave it behind. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look.
I wonder if there's a correlation.
Varl made the right call. You know, bringing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, Varl. You know, I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini. I was, well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one, mind you. And we talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge. And how you helped us.
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace. And you never told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
I guess we never got round to it. World ending and all. No time like the present, though. If you're up for it.
I think it's worth it.
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Oh.
She's just waiting for the drink. Oh yeah.
So,
I was expecting this.
how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Jiran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
And she defeated all of them. Even got some of Jiran's kestrels for good measure. And the Mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman. Yeah, perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
I was half expecting him to say that she was going to get hit on.
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point, with my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think just like there's an element to Tilda we can't trust, I think there's also an element, of course, with Sylens. That him having someone else carry the generator. I don't know, maybe because he thinks it's risky.
Aloy, nothing you
When
do
they figure
ever
it
is.
out, he doesn't want to be
At
the target.
least now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks. Everyone here. Training, working together. If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there was this one night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life, and any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know. You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking my tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
So,
Make sure you stay alive to do so.
That's one way to do
let's
it.
just try to all come back home. Okay?
Did you need something?
You do not
Something
be an
else?
ass. Apparently not.
I'll be going.
As you wish.
You can't say that you are no Dread Pirate Roberts.
You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
The rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky. Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more worried I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts. But apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do. I want you to know I'm glad you're with us, Alva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful that the legacy brought us together. I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old? Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
Old is relative.
I'm not afraid. I know Katala will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
I'd rather you both stay alive, if you don't mind.
We'll try.
You do that.
I need to get going.
I'll be at the rendezvous point. May truth lead us to victory.
There's more stuff in here now. Looks like Alva's and Katalo's.
Damn, they carried a bunch of stuff.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
Yes, yes you will.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
That's
I
not
saw you fly
actually
on the
true.
wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning.
Okay,
I'd say that
that
I'm
is still glitched.
inspired.
Thank
We've
you.
already had
It is
this
I
dialogue.
who should be. Oh,
We're
to go before. Thank you.
Venus.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and
Okay, so
didn't
none of these are
Honestly,
fresh.
with her,
New arm that's not trained.
things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say,
Could have swore you just
you
explained
have
it.
more than earned my trust.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala, but I
Okay, we've had all of these.
I'll see you
All
soon
right.
then.
We're on.
It will be my honor.
There you are. Well done, Aloy. Despite your
I've been thinking about it was more than that.
perceptive,
Okay, so
I was an orphan. By my 30s, I met lenses. I thought that soon for the. I think she had, but
so
I
how-
don't understand
made
why
it
these
beyond-
didn't flag as completed.
okay,
Okay, we're out.
I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll
Bring
be here until.
markers.
And thank you, Aloy. My path more than I see Liz's.
Maybe we.
We would.
All right. Where is the chest?
Keep thinking. He's just gonna be standing there.
So we're going to I got a workbench in here. I can possibly my gear. Yes. There's one.
So, you return.
I have nothing to say to you, dude. I'm not here for you. Upgrades. Right, nothing on the current gear that I've got equipped. Upgraded. All right. I need to check and see
Aloy,
if I've unlocked anything else. I don't think I have. I think I already knocked out the other one. Oh, that was enjoyable.
There it is.
Time to go. What's this? Talk to your companion. I've already talked to him. It glitched.
There's the snow.
See, past this point, you'd be locked in singularity and will be available for the rest of the quest.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous point. It's time to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Understood, Aloy. We're on our way.
Aloy,
Where are the others?
not far behind.
Egghead here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
Are we all here?
No. Don't trust your eyes.
Then let's begin.
A tunnel.
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island. When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others. Shall we?
An interesting flourish doing the rotating hand gesture.
Ooh, I wish there was a less pungent way to get way inside the base.
Agreed.
What's the smell? I mean, story. Is the statement that it was part of a sewer system?
There's the launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be Spectres guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Somewhere important. Erend, you're with me. You guys, take the high ground in case we need covering fire.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
One more thing. Open up the channel to Beta. Audio only.
Aloy,
We're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right?
as long as you hold up your end.
We will. See you soon.
Be careful.
Let's go.
He's with me so I can brawl.
Get to the launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
I mean, I'm not going to take any issue with getting free random loot.
Beware, Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Spectres? Spectres? Don't need no freaking specters. Okay, they're over there.
Company. Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
I don't really want to take time to get my butt absolutely annihilated. So, you're going to
I should hit it with plasma.
beat the plasma. Doesn't I need to get the plasma back? Nope.
Just here. Here we go.
Are you serious?
Anytime you're ready.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna take a while. It's what, 10,000 damage? Jeez.
I'll follow you in.
I'm testing things here, dude. I did not like fighting them before. I sure as hell do not like fighting them now. This may take a while.
Are we gonna attack or what?
Now's the time for you to be the strong silent type.
Steady.
I hate to say it, but you might be right though. That should have hit the
Well, should we
container.
go for it, Aloy?
Jeez. Trying to thread the needle on this hitbox. And it's not working.
What are we waiting for?
Enlightenment. Oh, hello. That was better. Headshot.
That's the quick way to take it down.
What are you doing?
Smack!
Used it all up.
That was a nice critical,
Now
but
this
there's
is why I came along.
no point for you to get involved. You should hide.
Anytime you're ready.
I've already taken one. Give me a break. That cowl is protecting the face. I'm glad it actually has a vulnerability at least.
I'll follow you.
That was not where I wanted to shoot it. I hit the armor plate again. Try to be cagey here.
Are we gonna attack or what?
I'm attacking. Do you not see that we are down one? Keep missing.
Oh, and quiet.
Well, should we go for it, Aloy?
Hit it again. Now we're talking.
Interesting. It assimilated other machines' features.
Now we're talking.
Shut it at!
Now you see why I did not want to have to fight these guys on their terms. But no, couldn't trust me.
Take it. Take it down. Hey, watch this. Idiot meets hammer.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. Right here.
I think you're right.
Holding them still may be the best option.
I think there's a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
Stash.
find anything?
Yeah.
All your treasures belong to me.
We should move on.
I'm sorry. I'm doing my job. You be patient. See you. Ravager cannon. What are they doing rendered over there?
Hey, come on, Aloy, let's go.
They all branched off. Weird.
How do you like me now?
How you like me now? Bring the toilet with us just in case. We're probably not gonna have the opportunity to use it, but you know. It's what else. Yep, not gonna be able to use it.
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me posted.
That's funny considering I just saw you guys.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
Yeah, you swim. I'll stay nice and dry.
At least it wasn't a pit to my death. Always close.
Can we please leave the cave now?
You're so needy. Don't mind me. I wanted to freshen up.
Yeah, I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another one.
It didn't hurt.
Let's go, Aloy. It stinks in here.
You are really, really, really impatient. You know that? We'll go this way.
I'm not really built for climbing.
Sorry, Erend. There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
Another Spectre.
Sneak or fight? You choose.
Sneak.
Well, I'll just leave it here then.
Bottoms up.
Why are you drinking potions?
What are we waiting for?
Ammo! You got it, sweet spot. You want me to hit you again?
That's actually kind of impressive.
Aloy's under attack! Cover her!
Fine.
Firing!
Oh, I thought you were dead.
Aloy, over here. Oh, it looks like Zoe's giving us some supporting fire.
Not doing so hot.
Zoe's helping us out. Firing from above. That got him. Now's a good time to hit
Better
it
than any
with the
Oseram.
Any good loot?
A little.
Burned through way too much health right there.
Well, let's not wait around, okay?
Did I somehow miss those? Damn. Another weapon. Bonsai! Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Tired yet?
Yep.
I think you threw the arrows way too far.
Yeah! Clear those weeds.
we're through.
We can take this one, Aloy. Keep moving.
You're joking, right?
It's here when you want it. Live long, kill your enemies. Yeah.
Take the arrows, thank you. Do you allow me to go up there to loot it? Yes. No. Seriously? You let me... I mean, they told me to let them handle it, but still.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
Kind of dumb.
I hate Stormbirds. But I guess, yeah, dead one's handy enough. Yeah, you remember the good old days when our only worry was whether Meridian would be destroyed? You know, instead of the whole world?
Oh yeah. Good times.
Good old times. Alright.
More specters. I'll attack when you do.
Well,
It's not beer, but it'll do.
Anytime you're ready.
Don't come closer.
we're out of their pathing, don't panic. $500 damage, hell yeah. And they just stood there and took it.
I'll follow you in.
Like a reed in the wind. Say ah. Ah, that was dumb on my part.
Claw your way out of that!
Explosive, please.
its weak spot.
Oh, nice. I'm out of ammo. Okay, these aren't quite as bad as I thought.
I think that's all of them.
And another one down.
At least. Let's push on.
What do you get?
Just some parts.
Not remotely enough. Some here. Keep giving me materials. I'll ask. I need all the materials that I can find. Kind of interesting.
Shouldn't we head for the tower?
They keep giving me these weapons.
Here, up this rock.
But I would have to be on the opposite side of where I was going. Or where I was in order to be able to make use of it. Damn. Disc launcher. Greatest hits. Long disc. Is that everything then? Silence. Garlic.
Let's get going, okay?
I don't understand why you're in a rush.
We're gonna have to climb around this corner.
Well, I'll try not to complain.
I can see the way forward. Keep moving.
Going as fast as we can. You all right?
Sort of.
All right. Where's
How
your
many
friend?
specters do the Zeniths have?
More than we want to fight at once, that's for sure.
Oh, they felt that one. Grab it if you need it.
Looks like the others have something to control.
Yeah, I'm not going after that one.
Come on.
You
Up the
have
slab.
already made the point there's no reason that I should help.
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
A moment while I ignite the charges.
Alpha and Katalo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Aloy? I think we're in trouble.
Whatever you plan to do to stop those specters, you better do it now.
I'm not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
Come on, Beta, come on, come on, come on.
What is that?
Our army.
I think you got their attention.
Interesting. Oh, bringing out all the
Very
toys.
clever. You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
And now it can crank out machines to its heart's content.
On the receiving end of this shit. Oof.
Come on. Let's get to the launch tower before this whole place becomes a war zone.
Your maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment. It will no doubt flee back to the Cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps. The Apollo database.
Come on. This is the way I'm supposed to go.
But a big rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
So what am I
So all
about
the
to
specters
fight?
are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it nice and easy.
Kill them, optional. No, there is no such thing as an optional killing specter.
And they went boom. Live long, skill your end. Oh, turn that crunch from here.
So I've got a decent set of tools for taking them out. Absolutely, we are doing this. Loot goblin.
Zoe and Baldy are fighting another Spectre up there.
I think they can handle it.
Sometimes you just gotta stop and smell the roses. my case, loot the machines. Yeah. That's gonna be our round.
Big jump. To the right, I think.
Thanks for the tip.
And more to the left.
Three hops this time.
Pick it up. You need it.
Pick-
Bottoms up.
Pick it up if you need it, but throw something. What did I miss over here? I did miss some stuff. See previous statement about being a loot goblin. Considering the idea, the fact that I will be unable to go and farm materials and I'm constantly using my weapon, makes sense that there's a bunch of salvage. Good game design.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now.
The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry, Aloy!
Another one?
By the blood of the Ten!
Hello.
Here I am! Come and get me!
Boom!
I've got an angle.
As do I.
Come on!
Boom!
Good work, everyone. Let's go.
You're looking a little rough there. Okay.
This way.
Machine.
This is the way up.
Whoa. Look at all this Zenith space stuff.
Yeah. Not gonna be able to use it. It's the thought that counts.
Come on, let's go!
I will fight it. Roar!
This way, demon! Ah!
I think Regala's a corpse.
This is the death I was promised. Go!
May Regala return peacefully to the cycle.
Please. She cared nothing for peace.
At least she died on her own terms. Not as her puppet.
Oblivion draws no such distinctions.
That's cold. You sure you're not a Zenith?
Aloy, it's been intense, but Katalo got me to a network node. I'm trying to get
get in.
Keep at
What
it.
is our car?
We're almost to the tower.
Corpse, fall down at a point where I could potentially go and loot her, because that's my concern right now. And she's not there. I am disappointed. So squish. I mean, it's like a freaking flail. Those robots look like they're having a metric ton of fun.
Ah, now we know who's been causing all the fuss. Tilda's little pet.
Sylens. Zenith inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up. Stay still.
This is pointless. You can't hurt us. Face it, you're worms that ooze through the cracks into our basement.
Sylens?
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda. I think it's safe to say she's forfeited her share of our operation. Permanently.
There.
No? Nothing? Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up! Are we supposed to be scared?
You are now. Well, they didn't waste any time with me killing unnecessary Zenith.
We can't let Gerard escape. It won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch. Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
Yeah.
I fail to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
I mean, it's like every other match we get into. How much of this is cinematic, though? Probably cinematic. Just like
Get to the top,
Sylens.
secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
Hit him in the nads. Sneaky little shit. Okay, I am back in control.
I gotta get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
Aloy, time I see filth. Apologies for that. We're okay. As long as Alba hurries.
I'm almost into the network! Just do the best you can.
Oh, hello. New type of chest. Hello? What are you? You are nothing. You are flavor text.
Okay, an elevator. Promising.
No. Use the elevator, please. Oh, hello. Guess what? Well, that's where I wanted to go anyway.
Unfinished business, little girl.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
You need the shield for me to not take you out. Power attacks on their legs.
Hey! Pow!
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help. Just need to find my way in there.
I'm taking you down!
Oh, yeah!
Alright, need more heals. Definitely need more heals. That was interesting.
Yeah!
Oh, come on.
He's almost down.
I wanted to take you out the other way, but you make me have to cheese you.
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
Off with his head. You're the one who killed.
Now we're having fun, right?
Vengeance for her husband.
You okay?
I will be. In time. Go. Rescue
Seriously?
your sister.
No loot?
I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're all right.
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Alley-oop.
Looks like the machine's inspectors have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have him.
It's okay. I'm used to climbing. Let's see. Arrow.
Errand? Is everyone all right down there?
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out. If she's okay.
All your heals belong to me.
I'm almost there.
not something I want to. Oh.
I'm coming, Beta. This is it. End of the line.
Open the door. Open sesame. Override.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. Systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth.
Oh, okay. They created a problem.
Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did.
Yeah? I think it's a pretty safe assumption.
Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
You know the truth now. That's
I
what
see
you were
you've
hiding.
been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars.
No. Really?
And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me.
No.
It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
I've heard that before.
Interesting.
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
I better scan that thing first. Oh! I gotta get through all that armor before I can do some damage.
Stop! I beg you!
I don't think you understand.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
I can target its gold plating.
Why are you telling her what our key is?
Hit her! End this!
You're trying to kill me. You realize that, right? This person you supposedly cared about. Or are you just trying to knock me unconscious?
Full power!
Are you joking me right now?
Transforming.
This can only end one way!
I gotta hit those gold plates.
Let's see. Stop moving, you.
There's no more to fire.
Just stop! I can endure. You cannot.
You don't know shit. All right.
It's over.
I don't know about that.
Why couldn't you just let me choose?
A blast paste. Fair enough. Oh, let's see. Where is that pod? Oh. I can loot. Chance of 4%. Burning coil. Let's see here. Inventory, weapons. Those are the tipped ones. Thick coils. Make use of it. Before I go ahead and open that sarcophagus. Oh. Reload. It didn't keep her safe. Interesting.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith's shields.
So that's how I got the...
Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds.
Yeah, here we
When
are.
I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database, and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities.
No.
You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're not taking...
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the Ten.
Goodbye, Sylens.
I mean, we established you're a coward, but you're not taking Gaia.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Is he going to have a learning moment here? You know how to fix this, don't you,
Hey,
Sylens?
where's he going?
You launch it as a
far away as
distraction.
anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
No, he came up with another idea. Make it chase that on a rabbit
staying.
trail. Come on.
For a
Use your
time.
head.
You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
Come on. Just launch the decoy. Spares Earth.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
It's not. Talk about bittersweet. And he's still not wearing the arm. I do not understand that. Makes no sense whatsoever.
There's another battle ahead, Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought. It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. The ingenuity to solve any problem.
A nice touch.
The courage to overcome any obstacle.
It made sense that she's staying to a degree.
And the resilience to rise after any setback.
Question is, how does she get
As for
reunited
me,
with hers?
I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
So they have to go and get Hephaestus. Good game. I have the Burning Shores, which I'm assuming is playable on PC, but I think it's also VR capable. I don't have a VR headset right now. Still waiting for this Valve frame to come out. Have to do some digging on that. No, in the frame. The frame just waiting on the content for the Burning Shores. Okay, so they all came there knowing that it was coming, it was going to destroy them. It's going to destroy them because they stay there. But if they, I don't know, I suppose if you know the history, it could just go and intentionally just wipe out all the given areas so they can't circle around again. I guess that would be a valid fact, even if they left it as a decoy. I thought the decoy ship would be the best option. But that might not be one. It's not like they don't know that Earth exists. Though, here's the thing. Well, they're not going to know whether or not or all of the Far Zeniths are dead. You could say that they are, but it doesn't mean they'll believe you. So they're starting you from the beginning of the game. Just taking you through all the terrain that you go through as you explore as a reminder. Effective way of bringing back memories of your adventure. I have to say, this perspective is different from when I was through here last. Even when I had the Flying Mountain was going around to the different large ships or large machines to get their cores, I was flying very high. I wonder. They had the technology to hide things. I wonder if the option for saving Earth is just cloaking things. Making the planet disappear. We set up different emitters across the world and create a field that hides Earth from Nemesis. I don't know if that would work though. If that was a thought that they had at all. Well, they wouldn't be trying to hide themselves from Nemesis before it broke out. So if it's a culmination of all their unhappy thoughts, turtle. I think that's where the turtles won. My first one that I saw. In theory, that plan would not be something that they would already have cataloged in memory, but they do know about the cloaking tech. So the signal was triggered. Shores, maybe. Pharaoh Plague destroyed everything in the first place, but they were still there on Earth. That happened, right? Pharaoh didn't leave. He stayed. There's the implication that they left. My understanding was the people left because of the Pharaoh Plague in the first place. So that extinction event is a pre-circuit to the signal. The signal is what woke up Festus specifically. So the whole thing having to do with the Far Zenith terraforming Earth was a red herring. They were just restocking. Maybe choosing to leave Earth as a decoy. Morning. I'm mulling over story points. I just finished the main story for Horizon Forbidden West. That and trying to theorize how to, under the circumstances, figure out how to save the Earth from Nemesis. I don't know what it is with all these people creating world-ending events. They are absolutely giving my character gray hair. It just hasn't come in yet. I am curious about specifically what it was that made Sylens stick around, because he's pretty much been a manipulator in the background, letting everybody else do the work. Is that an implication of growth on that character's part because he's sticking around and he's seen the impossible being done by Aloy and all of the others? So I suppose. But if he was going to have any chance to leave, that ship is an escape pod at any given point. But having a lead, I would think, would have better options and potential success rate if he was to leave. So using as a last moment deployment probably isn't the best usage. And if he is as much of a stickler for the details, efficiency, and such, him deciding to stay, to me, does not think that he's actually going to end up even using the ship to leave the planet now at that point. He is fully committed. It does make you wonder whether or not there's any other information that he knows and was just choosing the path of least resistance, and that's why he originally was going. But when you saw the people who had done the impossible, like, maybe other stuff is impossible. He's not a quitter, that's for sure. I still don't trust the guy. He's still an absolute ass. I don't know. He said that he felt that Aloy would never do what was necessary, and yet she did her own plan, thwarted his in the process, and as he put it, ended up in the same exact point that he wanted to be with her plan as well. So either way, regardless of how it was accomplished, the mission was accomplished. So maybe he realized his idea about her not doing what is necessary was not accurate on his part. That probably was a major contributing factor to his proposed change of heart. She was having to keep ahead of not just the regular politics of the world around her, but also hedge her bets against Sylens, against Tilda, against Far Zenith, everybody. I wonder if after every one of these stories she ends up just crashing and sleeping from the levels of stress trying to figure this shit out. And we're almost back to Far Zenith Island. I seriously thought that is something that they had set up when they arrived. That island, because they had put down the beacons to draw all the different robots, machines, to clear the area and keep away the local indigenous populace. But if they literally are treating the stop on Earth as a drop-off or a stopover point, refuel, grab materials, and then GTFO, that would make sense that they chose an already existing secured facility. They just throw their own robots up to protect the area, pull resources, and then cut out. I wonder what they're gonna do about Sylens's character. He didn't leave, so that would have been a easy out under the unfortunate circumstances. It's interesting. Divergent, in a sense, evolution. We find Pharaoh and he has so manipulated himself into absolute nightmares. Didn't have anybody to mend or heal his body. His psyche breaks. He becomes this abomination and monster. But he was trapped and locked in a room. Couldn't do anything and just miserable for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And lost all humanity. Then the people from Far Zenith go ahead, go out into space, find Cirrus, create a new place, and then try to digitally upload, I guess you could say, like engrams of themselves, which they proceed to lock up into secured area. But in that particular case, because I guess flesh is weaker than data, they were able to break out because of the fact that it's more reliant, I guess, on a technological backdoor and security as opposed to a physical one, and being buried under a freaking building. No one alive left to know anything about it, since it's a freaking building. And they create their own version of what Pharaoh became, but on a digital front, but give themselves form with the technology and just decide to go vengeance on those who abandoned. Considering they seem to have lost their humanity a long time ago, does not surprise me that they just treated it like data. But they said they didn't realize it had become sentient until it was too late. Kind of reminds me of the concept of a number of different things. One, Legion, you know, a whole bunch of spirits, existences, whatever, just shoved into a body. It was a movie, Virtuosity. The AI in that was grown and created and cultivated by putting a whole bunch of different people into a digital mixer, and then the strong ones are the ones that take control, and it ends up being a completely violent, murderous thing, plotting, conniving, kills its creator. So some story beats are very similar. Hell, that concept isn't too far off from an idea that I was mulling around, having to do with a book that I have been procrastinating and not getting a lot of progress on in writing, where what ends up happening is there is a creature in this fantasy world that only has one form. There are separate individual existences or minds that are within this thing, and normally they just pull at each other and spread out, but it's kind of like a lattice work underground, kind of an ooze maybe. And ends up someone who did not start, or a creature that did not start as that, ends up getting implanted into this absolute nightmare of ideas and concepts and hunger and pain and what have you within this creature, and ends up doing something similar. It ends up having focus, discipline, and provides something that it couldn't do, so it ends up breaking down everything until it has control. There's a lot of skis in this. That and ska, probably because of where the game was developed. So it gives you that threshold, like with Cyberpunk. You know, do you go and talk to Hanaka? I think it's Hanaka. Because it's starting the end game. You're not gonna be able to do anything after this point. So clean up. I was about to say clean and clear together. That was awkward. Clear your quest log, your history, your errands, etc., because that's endgame. And it's Cyberpunk. It literally, genuinely is endgame. You can't just continue to wander around. You end up reverting back to before going to see Hanaka. I'm hoping I'm using the right name, but I'm paranoid now at this point. I'm curious, since we do not have the same kind of outcome, whether or not after the credits are done, it drops you back to wander and explore and such. Whether or not it just finishes out. Again, you would have to... Well, this doesn't really give you a save option in the sense of being able to go back. It probably is over, and it just shifts over directly to New Game Plus. It's probably what it is. I don't recall there being standard save points. I am curious about the Burning Shores, though. Is that going to be the preparation or the interim between the point of this and getting ready for the confrontation in the next game for Nemesis? Is Nemesis resolved in Burning Shores? Which, considering I don't think it's a full game, I really kind of doubt that, assuming there's going to be another Horizon game for a full version, for a full game for that. It was interesting that you get this armor set in Horizon or Dawn, and it's pretty freaking sweet. I really liked it. They carried it over into this game, but because it was in-game stuff, they had to knock it down to starter equipment for you to upgrade past. But they went a completely different route this time. You're still wearing the armor, but the shields and everything that it provided have, I guess, ran out of power. So now it's just like every other piece of tech. It's just scrap. But as you end up upgrading your armor in this game, you don't end up having the technology coming into play in that sense anymore. You have the glider. But no shield. You do have the ability to put up a tripcaster type of barrier of some sort to provide some cover, but hell, every time I tried to use that, the damn thing failed, which meant I was either using it incorrectly or it wasn't allowed where I was attempting to use it. It could very well have been operator headspacing. When I originally had fought the Spectres, I did not like fighting them because I was doing the standard, predominantly snipe, wait till the cooldown is up, and then I would make a misstep, and they'd just be all over on top of me. They were hard fights, but when we got to the end point, I ended up finding out the equipment that I had upgraded and that I ended up having available to use at the time actually worked really well, so they weren't quite as scary as I was initially thinking they were. I can't remember when we had encountered the device that Sylens used to take down their shields, what it looked like. Probably looked something like what we had seen, but it had been so long since I ran across that in that fight with the first fight with the Zenith that I was quite surprised to see that he basically pulled off, it looked like a Tron disc with a gem in the center, and that's what did the emission. The whole backpack thing was like, what, a charger? I wonder if that technology is kind of reminiscent of the idea of dropping the main reactor cores, which does the electromagnetic pulse to take out the robots. I'm surprised they didn't actually have that as part of the option, or at least imply you figured out a usage point for a part of maybe one of those cores to actually be able to create the pulse that shuts down all their generators. I wonder what would happen if you actually had dropped one of those cores within that lore on top of the Far Zenith. Whether it would have affected them at all, whether they shrugged it off, whether they would have trash talked you. Would it be just another divergent evolution similar to Aloy coming up with a ultimately better option in taking the Far Zenith versus Silence's concept? That was not something they wrote into the story. You get to spend a lot more time in games than you do movies. I do the same thing after going to see a film, particularly with somebody, preferably with somebody, because then you can go and just mull over the different ideas, potential loopholes, smart ideas, weird ideas, out of left field ideas. Game just gives you more time to digest it because you're getting it in smaller pieces. Though I would say it may be in smaller pieces as far as the whole story is concerned. It's a lot more content, a lot more smaller stories, world building. I think that's probably why world building in a game like this is so important, because it means you can either get lost in the weeds and lose your focus, just be too big for you to wrap your head around. Goodbye, Kansas. I was really expecting Sylens to be up to something because of the fact that he didn't want to carry the backpack for his weapon. Turns out he just didn't feel like carrying it. Weapon did come through, though. I did like the idea of Beta turning on the fabricators and creating the machines to do a counter against all of the other Zenith machines. Thought that was fitting because they needed someone to distract that force while they were trying to get in. Otherwise, it would have been really, really bad time. To be honest, I don't think the army that they would have gotten bringing the Tanakh with Sylens's idea would have been sufficient to deal with the sheer number of those. I think it probably would have tore through it. You would have had to probably had the whole of the Tanakh, probably everybody in a fight. Everybody on the whole map. I didn't encounter them regenning really all that much, though. Some of the other robots have the actual nanomachines that did the repairing, which made it important for you to DPS them down quickly. And it was interesting that it seemed that those machines in this end section actually would assume traits from other different machines, their weapons, like the Clabberjaw's tail, mace, swinging around. But I don't think that I saw the regen being used. And again, it was really good that they had all those machines constantly down through the storyline. We killed a whole bunch of machines when we arrived, because it explains how you end up having resources to build back up as you are going through and just annihilating everything that gets in your path. Lee Lu. I am wondering what they are going to come up with in order to be able to take this out. If there are a bunch of nanomachines, they literally gave them the ability to fabricate as quickly as they are, and they're able to create all of the different varieties and types. Probably isn't going to be the types that you would find on Earth for the restoration of the planet, because they were doing that there. Although I suppose they could get away with saying it because maybe there was actually terraforming that was being done on Sirius when they were there before it just got annihilated. So it wouldn't be, I guess, impossible that they were using that, but I think ultimately machines that they were using were probably stuff like what they had guarding the Far Zenith base instead. If it's just machines, we do have those cores still accessible. I didn't use them all. You know, it does kind of give me vibes of that. Huh. The Fifth Element. You have this planet, whatever, coming towards Earth, going to destroy it and annihilate it. They have to figure out a way to stop it. So I guess it's kind of not dissimilar in that sense, but it's definitely not going to be a similar outcome. I don't think they're going to adopt Nemesis and it's just going to be passive. How would you stop a big ball? I mean, it could be just a ball. Probably not, because they're going to need an atmosphere. Maybe it's a ship. Floating. I don't know. I had no idea they were going to be bringing the Zenith into it. I didn't actually do any research on what the story for Forbidden West was going to be about. Okay, we are back. Full medicine pouch, 2 skill points. Congratulations. Now continue in Burning Shores DLC, entire new area of the map. Quest, characters, machine skills, and tools. Be contacted shortly with the next step. Shortly. The next steps to begin the journey. You can also replay the game from the beginning to Game Plus at any time using the game start point at the base. Hidden Ember. Quests are over.
Elizabeth had a dream for this world. I guess a lot didn't go as planned.
Yeah, no joke.
And there are still dangers ahead. Maybe the biggest yet. But after what Beta and I accomplished, I have hope. We'll fight for Elizabeth's dream. Together.
Aloy, a certain complication has come to my attention that we must discuss. I'll be waiting at Tilda's. It's proven to be a useful headquarters for my inquiries into the Zenith base. And don't worry, I haven't disturbed her precious art.
Fine. I'll be there when I can.
Got one of those blossoms in here. Guess I can't make that one bloom. Hello, what is this? Oh. New Game Plus start. Beta?
What are you up to?
I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have a Festus, but I'm sure we can come up with something. I paid Varl's grave a visit earlier. Back at Gemini, he tried so hard to protect me. He was my first friend. I still can't believe he's gone. Me too.
Oh, that's right. In the closing cinematic of that part, she had sent everybody to go on missions and spread news. That's why it's so empty here. What time do I see? Talk to guy.
Everything okay, Gaia?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need.
Okay. So she's getting settled back into the facility. To the burning shores. Okay, so that's gonna be the next installment in theory. Okay. Well, that was an interesting semi-ending. Enjoyable. I am looking forward to continuing this and getting into the Burning Shores content. Looks like I'll just be able to jump in with no issues, just standard gameplay. Might be something to try out if I do get a VR headset and it is VR compatible later. But that's going to be for another time, another stream, and with different hardware. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Hope you had a good time, and I look forward to seeing you next stream. Take care.